Okay, high dynamics, high resolution, only 2 notches down because it's a dull day sort of thing. I don't know, fellas. I've been plugging them out, as you can see. I've done coir in sand, I've done peat in sand, I've done grass clippings in sand, I've done sand. I've got sand and bran, which is, bran's like very cheap sawdust sort of thing. I've got some liverworts from my parents' place, to try and sort out things, and something weird, but the liverworts seem to be better than the peat and than the coir. So again, the idea that coir is not as good as peat, but then again, the liverworts on the grass clippings and sand is almost as good as the peat and sand sort of thing. So I've tried chalk, and the chalk seems to be going the same way as the sand, and I think does that imply that there's chalk in the sand, or the chalk goes the same way as the sand? I don't know at the moment. It's you can understand why we have so much trouble trying to grow CPs, because and then we keep getting this 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back sort of thing. Nothing seems to, because there must be some fundamental truth there that we don't understand or don't know, or there's some assumption we've made that's not true. Plants are like they all want aerated roots or something like that, and we find that CP roots are not like that or something like that. And I don't know. I mean, this one here, without the carbohydrate in it, is better. So it's almost, you can almost get away with nothing in there, so almost. And it's starting to green now, so the plants are starting to grow. But even bits of leaf, which aren't attached, are still reacting as though they're attached to the plant. You're starting to get a bit of green down there around the plant, so that's good. I think I've almost rejected perlite. It's starting to green up over there now, but I've noticed that this here is about 5 times as wet as the other things, but the ones with the perlite get to that wetness in about 2 months or 2 and a bit months sort of thing. So in that space of that time, your plants are going downhill sort of thing. So what and I found what I should have started off with at the beginning is the with the all the years I've been grinding up fine poly, I think that was the wrong approach. When you use your prilling, your beading, your beads, it's makes it like 5 times wetter straight away sort of thing. So you get, it's wetter, but it also seems to have better drainage, which is a contradiction in terms, but maybe they're the vagaries of a multiple perched water table, I don't know. But it seems to be, it's instantly, overnight, 5 times wetter. In other words, by adding the prilling, it's like you've gone through 2 months of waiting for the perlite to become wetter. But then again, it goes back to your argument about perlite. Why are you putting the perlite in the soil? Are you putting it in for aeration? After 2 months, you're going to lose that aeration. All those voids, interstices of the perlite are going to be filled up, and that's why it becomes 5 times wetter. But it takes about 2.5 months to do that sort of thing, as we can see there. And once it gets to that wetness, then we're starting to get a bit of greening in there. A bit of greening too, so we should get greening on some of these much faster then, if that is in some way related to the wetness. But as I said, getting some odd things like that, like the grass clippings and sand, is almost as good as the peat and sand. So I'll keep plugging out. I've got another one to plug out. I'm going to do bark chip and sand. Where's this one here? This one here is charcoal and sand. Quite interesting. I may have to set up a pure charcoal and beading one, so that do that as well. So I've done newspaper, cellulose and sand. It's a bit weird, fellas, but still the coir is not as good as the peat. So that is something that seems to be stable across all this at the moment. Coir is still not as good as peat. Whether bark chip will be better than, or be as good as peat or better than peat, I don't know. So does it go that way? Peat is better than coir, and bark chip's going to be better than peat. Is that the way it's going to be? So we've always been sucking peat, thinking and they've been telling us to go this way into Coir, and really we need to go the other way. We need to go that way into Bartship. I don't know, but I suppose we're going to find out. Yeah. So very interesting, and oxalis. Gee, is it a tough plant? That's the toughest plant out of all the weeds I've got. Is the oxalis. That's the toughest one. It's tougher than that thing there. Yeah, much tougher. It's the toughest. You put it in. If anything's going to survive, it'll be the oxalis. Why is that, sir? Why is that so, sir? Yeah, I've got some penicillin growing on some of these things. I've even got some sort of red, whether it's a red organism in there growing, I don't know. Maybe I should put on spot colour just in case. Might become important. Sort of orangey red, starting to occur. Seems to occur more in the that one and that one. So yeah, and the penicillin seems to grow more in the one that has the more chalk in there, sort of thing. So seems to be promoted by chalk, which again goes against what we think. You know, because penicillin comes before Generica australis. We want the Generica australis, so you think you want to grow the penicillium, and if that grows better by having chalk there, then again